Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Taylor Jones. And do you have any idea what time it is? Well, if you don't, then prepare yourselves because it's going to be the coldest winter yet, as in season 6 of Cold Man's Winter. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Taylor Jones, and I say welcome back to my YouTube channel, TC Jones Edits, as well as a brand new episode of Cold Man's Winter, Season 6, that is. But this time, episode 14. What do I want to talk about? Well, for those that didn't watch my last video, my last episode, don't worry, the link will be in the description box down below. But for right now, I think it's time to settle down for a moment with reflections of season 6. Now, when I did this sixth season of Cold Man's Winter, I wanted to continue where I left off, and I talked a lot about topics, real life topics, and even some individuals, like one of my team leads from my job. He explained that at some point I have to keep it going, like do something for the summertime, like spring or summer, like consider like doing a podcast or continuing Cold Man's Winter, but come up with hot man summer or something like that. Like like I said a few years back, that I came up with something like this because it's kind of like, since hot girl summer has been a thing, I came up with Cold Man's Winter to be like the opposite. And this time I just thought about all the hardships, hard work that I've done, even the controversial episodes that I made, which caused me to, one, delete them, and two, learn my lesson and learn how to keep it fictional. But that was from season 2 as well as season 4, I believe. Because I remember one episode in season 3, I had to recreate the video, like re-edit, because some of the sound effects that I use, I ended up getting a copyright strike. I mean, copyright, like a little warning, like a reminder. So I had to re-edit my episode and get rid of the sound effects that I've been using, the iconic air horn, because see, some things about editing and making videos like this, there's a good side and a bad side. And I just thought about all the individuals that I tried to explain my hardships, my problems with, and compare them to a story, as well as keeping it real, but real enough so that everybody can understand where I'm coming from, because I never thought that I would make it this far. So season 6, and man, I had a lot of topics, but for some reason I just don't know how to get by, because after 5 long years of doing Cold Man's Winter since 2020, but this was from back when I was attending the University of Memphis, I just made sure to do something. My first 3 episodes were just random mumbo jumbo. I was talking some real life stuff, just that everybody can see that there is a good way, like, to overcome the hardships. Like, learn when to get off your butt and do something. And I can hear Grand Pooba right now when he said, now don't you feel absolutely dead with no bread? You smoke head, eyes red, ready to fill that metal up with lead. To get you some, split your dum-dums. And now, here you go, stuck in the slums. Because now your pockets got its breadcrumbs, as in you're broke. That's when your mom start fronting, Negro, you ain't gonna lay up in my house all day doing nothing, playing PlayStation, stash your hydro blunt. You best to get your butt up and get a job or something. Close the door, ma. I ain't trying to hear that noise tonight. But she right. You sleep all day, wildin' in the night, trying to live nice off the gangster's paradise. Issues 2001 Grand Pooba from Brand Nubian. But yeah, season 1 I was talking about a lot. From the first through third episode, I just talk some random stuff, like trying to set the mood, trying to set up. But I think, see, episode 3, I was talking about episode 3. I think I brought up something about procrastination. Then episode 4, I think that's when I officially had a theme, a topic, and sexual harassment was one of them. I talked about stalking. I talked about domestic abuse. Talked about beef / animosity, in which I say, squash the beef. Kill that noise. Squash the beef. I want to live in peace. Can't we just all get along? And 5, 6, 7. I did talk about violence, drugs, and I had reflections of my first season. But that's just the first season. What about this season? Now, if I don't recall my episodes, then I have it written down in the in my notebooks, which I should probably get it right now. But as I'm still talking, I just want y'all to know something. I never felt this happy for going this far. And for those of you all wondering, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Well, for starters, few videos ago, I said thanks to all of the individuals who watch my videos and subscribe to me, because I recently had a milestone. I made a PSA milestone video referring to the 50 subscribers, 50 subs. 50 subs, like sub sandwiches. But no, subscribers. Half a century mark. And I want to keep it going by getting to 100. Because 7 years on YouTube, 6 seasons, 5 times 10 subscribers. And I've been doing Cold Man's Winter on a 5-year period. 7 years on YouTube, 6 seasons of Cold Man's Winter, 5 years of Cold Man's Winter since 2020, spring 2020, like late January. And 4, 7, 6, 5, 4. I did it for the people. For the people, by the people. And it's just crazy that for a while, 7 years on YouTube, 6 seasons, which is right now, 6 seasons of Cold Man's Winter, 5 years doing Cold Man's Winter, for the people, by the people, and to the people. 3 month expand, 3-month period from December through March. And since it's March, it's official that winter just came to an end, and I'm doing episode 14. But two my first season, I only had 2 months to make a season. But then again, my first season probably ended early in April, but still, you get the point. Like I said, for the people, by the people, and to the people. And one me, one life to live, one purpose. Like lifting up your voice and sing, but keeping it real, keep it honest, and tell what you need to tell. Now, for this season, episode 14, season 6, throughout this entire season of Cold Man's Winter, I brought you a lot of topics. Since last December, or as the late George Michael would say, last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but it's like this. Season 6, episode 1, I did the comeback. You know what it was like to make a comeback after a hiatus. Ludacris said it best. Gone for a minute, now I'm back again. But don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. LL Cool J said that. But dig this. The comeback. It's like a premiere of season 6. And that was like the first thing that came to my mind. Followed by the Christmas episode. Christmas 2024. Just giving word of advice and being thankful for what you have for the last Christmas. And I thought that was a good idea. And of course, next episode I did talk about the reflections of 2024, like what life was like and what I learned, lessons I learned from last year, and of course, just like having reflections on this time of year, this time of the season. Just trying to take everything slow, but when you get to a higher point, that's when you're gonna have to be ready to go back down. It's like vroom, but you have to slow it down. Like whoa, take it easy now. Take it easy. Like life to me is like an uphill and downhill roller coaster ride, emotional roller coaster. And it took more than Vivian Green to sing that song. And yes, I am quoting a lot of song references based on the songs that I've heard. But dig this. I love music. Music is a part of my life. YouTubing is another thing that keeps me happy. Keeps me feeling famous. But sometimes you have to be very cautious of how fame is played out, how it's worked upon to others as well as yourselves. So I made a comeback to start off season 6 as a premiere. I reflected on what life is like, especially in the holiday season, last Christmas. Then I thought about the year 2024 as a whole. Reflections, good and bad, controversial and or downfalls, beef, and death. The people we lost, hardships, violence, natural disasters, and health issues. This is crazy, but we all know that life is trife. Life's a joke to some, and then you die. But I keep my head held high, not get high. But you never know when you're gonna go. Nas and AZ told me that back in '94. But still, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed to some people, but a lot has changed to others. I haven't changed one dang bit. And even for the people that get mad and say, you haven't changed one dadgum bit. Well, double crosser, you too don't know when to quit. How can we get over this hump? You know, that's what I learned from reflecting the year 2024 as a whole. But then I asked y'all, what do you expect? Explain to y'all what to expect in this year, 2025, the quarter of the 21st century. 25 years after 2000, we reached the quarter mark. 1/4 of the year. And here I am, 30 years old, thinking about what life was like 1/4 of a century. I spent 1/4 of my life, and this was before 2020 hit. I'm a 94 baby. I love the old days. I'm retro. But some people take offense to that, like, dude, will you move on to the present and the future? Well, will you leave me alone? I'm scared to let everybody know. But dang it, I can't be scared forever. It's like I can't complain forever. But I will get to that. So that was one of my episodes that I talked about. That was the latest episode I was talking about. And okay. Now let me get back to the points, the episodes. Episode 1, the comeback. A perfect way to start off the season. The premiere of season 6. Christmas 2024, or Last Christmas. Reflections of 2024, the year as a whole, what I've been doing, what I've learned, lessons to be learned, what to expect in 2025 since the new year has begun, and we only got 9 more months to get through, if the Lord allows us to see April through December. Then I had to warn you to watch out for all the dangers, especially when it comes to gossip and or rumors. And like Looney's once sung about player haters, I'm gonna quote this from Numbskull. I got to keep my business to myself, cause haters talk more lip than it's hard to spread rumors when they loaded. Hate to get your grill exploded quick, severed. The first thing I heard, I stole a credit card from Chris Webber. I never do that, and who's that? And next, I heard them running around smoking yak in the back of my homie's legs. They be the broke ones, no cash busters trying to quote. That's why the town got rid of Short. Side note, that line caused controversy because it led to a beef between rap group The Loonies, the I Got Five on the Loonies, with Too Short, since Too Short left Oakland for Atlanta at the time. But Too Short is still representing the Bay Area, Oakland for life. And the Loonies and Too Short beef has officially been squashed since then. I think you Busta Browns need to wise up before we ride up. Stop, sew up your block and sew them lies up. Once don't trip, twice roll thick, 3 times I get you mopped on the grind. I thought the hitting would stop, but the rumors are passing still. Sounds like the buster that plugged more holes than plastic deals. You need to stop hating on the CNOTEDRU. C note, Drew Down, a fellow Bay Area rapper, along with E40 and Too Short, as well as of course, I'm going to spell that name as in the CNOTEDRU and the LUNIZ. Shout out to Yuckmouth and Numbskull, the Loonies themselves. Why you wanna play a hate on me? Be better watch out for rumors, gossip. But if that happened to you, do not even think about getting a gun and killing somebody. That's not how you handle stopping the rumors. Sometimes you gotta let God stop this madness for you, because vengeance is not the way. Speaking of which, see episode 6, 7, and 9. 6, 7, and 9. I made a 3-part of the School of Hard Knocks. It's a fictional school where there was this one guy who just got done with junior year, and somebody came to him and asked him, would you care to join? The fact is, he couldn't go to that school unless he's 17 at the time. And the perfect time he did that, because he was 17, they allowed him to come to that school, which is kind of like a college. For those that are, again, prepared for college as well as getting their education back in their lifetime. Even for those that like, a GED ain't enough. I wanna get the real education. I wanna further my education. Like, even for those that are having a bad lifetime experience, like always into trouble, and they have to get educated, like overcome their dark negative lifestyle with education. So that's what caused the School of Hard Knocks to be in effect. But first time he been there, they treated him with open arms. They welcomed him, the character, and I called him Dennis, like Dennis the Menace. So the first part, it was just the beginning. He went to School of Hard Knocks. He attended during the summer, but he had to go back to high school to finish off because he became a senior in the fall. Part 2, life after high school. Things were going completely well, but there was this friend who actually ended up his rival, because Dennis did not want to join the gang, the Oreo gang, and now he found a way to ruin Dennis's life. And everybody around him was so disappointed him. Like, at some point, you really need to stay away from SOHK. And his sister treated him like garbage. Like, smacked him and tell him to stop going there. And he even had to talk to his friends and the president of the School of Hard Knocks about the situation, leading to the fact that they had to close up the school because a racist cop demanded that to happen, to see a cease and desist based on such and such date. So they closed the school down, leaving, but the Oreo crew, Dennis's ex-friend turned rival, they committed a drive-by on him. He ran for miles, but ended up, and even the racist cop was there. They spotted him standing on the edge of the bridge, like couple stories high, and he fell backwards into the water. But when the cops spotted Dennis's rival and his gang, the Oreo crew, and the racist cop that was part of the plan, they all got arrested for good. But part 3, I did mention that after someone spotted him falling down, they had a group of divers to get him. And it was in broad daylight too, so thank goodness. And they recognized Dennis. One of them did, from school. because he graduated alongside with Dennis, and he became like a boatman. But back at home, back at School of Hard Knocks, Dennis wore a disguise and went under his alias Donovan until one day his rival's little brother went to SOHK to make a scene. He was strapped, but then everybody started to fight back, and Dennis turned Donovan. He actually had enough, but all of a sudden, one of the classmates, somebody actually exposed Donovan, and the classmates and everybody was looking at him. Even his sister, after getting tough, getting a blunt wake-up call from Donovan's future girlfriend and classmate, as well as his other classmate, because of the so-called suicide. Like, Dennis kept it on the hush. But after he was exposed, he took off his afro, fake beard with a goatee and glasses. And everybody was shocked to see Dennis. So Dennis, he was still attending School of Hard Knocks after the low "I'm gonna fake my death" incident and wait till somebody know the truth. And now that they know the truth, he was still caught up with his homework. And the little brother of his friend turned rival, he got in trouble, locked up as well, but in the juvenile committee. So everybody was so thankful for Dennis to come back and finish what he started. So that was the School of Hard Knocks. But before episode 9, I did bring up Black History Month because even though the executive orders had something to do like trying to erase Black history, we didn't want that to happen. So we had to keep Black history. Whoever is running this situation, racist or not, you can take Black history out of history, but that's a big no-no, because you can't take the words Black history. You can't take Black history out of my heart and my mind and my mouth. The same as when the government decided to rename South Central to South Los Angeles, just to sound less violent. Obviously, nothing has changed in South Los Angeles, California, because some people, if they wrote South Los Angeles, they would have to put the word Central in parentheses, because you can take the word Central out of a city's name, but you can't take South Central LA out of my mouth. So Black History was episode 8. I ain't forgot about that. I had to put my right fist up. Power to the people. All that. But then episode 10, I talked about leadership. You got to remember that there's a good side and a bad side to being a leader, and you don't want to get caught up, because neon lights, Nobel Prize, when the leader speaks, that leader dies. You don't have to follow me. Only you can set you free. And I've been quoting that for a long time, even in my older episodes of Cold Man's Winter. Thanks to Living Color for creating the Cult of Personality. And that song still stands until this day. Even in Black History Month, it stands. Because it was done by an African American rock band, which is crazy cool. Crazy cool. To the fact that wrestler CM Punk used it for his WWE walk-in entrance. They even performed it while he was doing that at one point. Now that was special. But to be a leader, you got to have power. You got to have courage. You got to know when to accept your strengths and your weaknesses. Then you have to be cautious, because episode 11 and 12, I actually had talked about revenge and how ugly it can get, and how I can prevent people getting revenge on me. Like, what can I do? Instead of being a sacrifice and laying 6 feet deep, I'd rather fight back and have somebody to help me out. Because it's kind of like this. Norbit, Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character, he was exposed at his wedding for being the bad guy, stuck up guy that he was, because he had to work with the Lattimores. And all of a sudden, Terry Crews, he was mad because Cuba ran for his life. His ex-wives were about to get him for being an egotistical pig, a liar that he was. But according to the whole neighborhood, after spotting the Lattimores chase Norbit, Rasta from My Wife and Kids that played Calvin, he tackled Norbit going somewhere. He, Clifton Powell, Pinky from Next Friday, and Terry Crews, they all cornered him. You messed up big time, and the whole town had enough. Because it's kind of like they want to fight back. Lattimores, get your conquered hands off of him. Hey, Lattimores, you messing with him. You messing with all of us. Yeah, and me too. Everybody was mad. Want to fight. But Rasputia is the one with the fighting spirit. But unfortunately, he wanted to kill Norbit, fight him to death. But the Asian guy, he actually saved Norbit's life by using one part of the flag and landed in where the sun don't shine, causing Rasputia to run away. And everybody else chased the Lattimore brothers. And everybody, look, that's how you fight back with people with a vengeance mindset. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I talked about revenge again on the next episode, episode 12, to the fact I realized, oh my goodness, because I did that once before when it came to talking about weakness from the earlier seasons ahead. So I decided, you know what? Part 1 and Part 2, Revenge and Revenge 2. And then recently, a few days ago, I talked about the damages when it comes to complaining, and how one person who likes to complain made a complete fool of himself, that he lost the girl of his dreams to the fact that he let the cool kids step on him like a bug. But after someone filmed him act a fool and having his feelings hurt, and the fact that his father was a jerk and his mother got beaten up by him, Lewis, the character, fictional character, he had enough. It's like, at some point, you got to fight back and overcome this. I mean, for those that's like, let's just say that you got tired of being told to shut up, and somebody said, look, it's the shut up thing again, is it? Really, man? Do you know how stupid that is? It's worse than complaining, but golly, you can't take it by heart. Yo, man, sometimes you have to shut up. You have to. You lucky they didn't shut you up forever. Because I started saying shut up forever. What does that mean, Taylor? Somebody's going to kill you. They want you to shut up forever. And that's why they want to kill you. And they feel relieved. And the next thing you know, they don't go to your funeral. They act like Squidward. He's leaving. La 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 la. But watch yourself, Squidward, because a pineapple will fall on you for celebrating too early. But that's not SpongeBob. But yeah, Lewis finally found out that enough was enough. So he and his mother planned to stop his abusive father. Of course, after being pimp slapped, his mother got pimp slapped. Mother poured hot water on him because he realized that he didn't have coffee. The coffee was not in the water. In the pot. And Lewis beat his father from behind with a baseball bat. To the fact that, all right, I surrender. And everybody in the ghetto, on the other hand, they already knew that it was Lewis, based on his Starlight, Starbright thing. A female, yeah, I explained, she dressed up like a prostitute, but she was not. She wasn't. It's just how she dressed, because this was the ghetto. The people in the ghetto gave him confidence and like, look, man, you got to overcome this and you got to do this now or forever hold your peace. Because I'll be darned if you rest in peace. So, thanks to the people in the ghetto for giving him advice. Like, after seeing a video of him, as if somebody's going to laugh at him and talk smack. But they were like, oh, man, that's tough. That's tough, like No Life Shaq. But for real, man, it's just crazy how a guy that complained for 7 years, from 10 to 17, decided to get what he always wanted by fighting back. He even had to put his girl in his dreams into a hush, like, you owe me a dance, now let's go. Like, he was serious. But then the cool kids come by to pick a fight. Like fighting Bruce Lee or Ip Man. They all got hurt. But the female, the cool female, even his friends that betrayed him and joined the cool kids clique, they had to learn quick that they made the worst decision of their life. And the leader, the guy who had a thing for Lewis's girl in his dreams, he had a gun, but the mother saved him. Crotch kick to the fact that he shot down a disco ball and it almost landed on him. But thank goodness for him, in pain, he rolled away knowing that he lost. And that's one way you have to overcome complaining after so long. But here I am, episode 14. Having reflections on all the episodes that I've made for season 6. Because at some point, a cold man's winter must come to an end. But man, I'm going to leave that for the next episode. Because right now, I'm just reminiscing. Just thankful that I made it this far in 6 seasons. And because of viewers like you, YouTube viewers like you, I thank you. To my subscribers, 50 subscribers, thank you. To the Lord up above, thank you. Even though I have sinned and I repent of my sins, even though I have not been a good man to anybody, even though I have not been serious, I have not been quiet. Complaining got me nowhere, and it still does. But if I keep this up, I will end up with nobody and or worse, locked up and or dead, or just in a hospital bed after getting jumped. But the Lord, as Tupac would say, let the Lord judge the criminals. And if I die, I wonder if heaven got a ghetto. No, I'm just going to stop at let the Lord judge the criminals. But because of this, I just thought maybe, just maybe, I learned a lot of lessons based on what I was talking about, based on the topics, and based on how I see things, even from the stories I tell to combine with the topics. That was always been my thing, always been my prerogative, always been my go-to, what's the word? Oh, comfort, self-comfort. And I want to keep it going. But how about you? If you feel that way, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Click the notification bell and there'll be more in stores. And like I said, the complaining episode, which was the last episode, will be in the description bar down below. And of course, what's the point of ending this episode without this episode's sweet, sweet lady of the week. But I'm not going to give you just one, not even two. Once, twice, three times a lady. 3 sweet ladies of the week. And who are they? In alphabetical order, Carly Irwin, sweet lady number 1. Kim McLean, sweet lady number 2. And last but not least, sweet lady number 3, Angel Moon. Now remember, Carly Irwin, Kim McLean, and Angel Moon, sweet ladies of the week. And to those 3, I never forgot about you, not one bit. Because y'all deserve respect, recognition, and flowers since they're all past due. So with all that being said, thank you for watching a brand new episode of Cold Man's Winter. And be on the lookout for the next episode, as I will call it, well, you guessed it, the season finale. Because guess what? Winter is no longer here. And I have to end this course. So stay tuned to the season finale on the next episode of Cold Man's Winter Season 6. This is yours truly, Taylor Jones, signing out. Thank you for joining me back in memory lane.